Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are fine, safe, healthy in this challenging time of COVID, staying home and taking care of yourself. So, today we are going to speak a little bit about the traditional CV system, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work, right? And how probably we can overcome the challenges that we do face, although we have uh, plenty of experience and capabilities and expertise. Sometimes we do not end up into a interview round, and eventually somebody else gets selected, right? So how best we can take or explain or probably present ourselves in a better way instead of depending on a CV document or a resume document. So for many, many years now, as we understand and as we have been following this very diligently, we do create our CVs in format, certain formats. Formats keep on changing, and we do print document. Previously, we used to type it in typewriter, and then once computer came in, we print those documents. We write those documents in MS Word or probably put on PowerPoint and convert it into certain document format like PDF and all, send it to the recruiters, submit to the job sites, submit to the hiring team, and then wait for good news to come to us saying that we are selected for the first round of interview, right? Now, when we do submit these documents, since these documents are all containing text format, it contains text, and since it is containing text, the person on the other end who receives that CV or resume, they need to actually spend some time to read that document, understand it, and probably take a decision saying that okay, whether this candidate is probably we can take him to the first round or not, right? So that information which is there in the document need to be consumed by the person on the other side. Now, if that person is having time to invest on that CV, then it's a good news. But if the CV contains more and more information, sometimes that reading and consuming the information and trying to understand that within that CV is not something which is happening 100%, right? Depending on the audience, if that the person who is reviewing that CV is a recruiter, recruiters are specifically they have experience, but they might not be having very in-depth experience about the areas where they are hiring. So they will be referring to certain set of documents where some key keywords will be there, something like say from IT industry, SAP, Windows servers, security, compliance, auditing. Security technologies like identity access management from the server side, they will be probably talking about database management, data science, right? Certifications like Google and all those things. All those minute, keywords. They will have some reference copy, and they will just mark those saying that okay, this CV has SAP. Okay, I'm looking for an SAP candidate, and this CV has so and so SAP, or I'm looking for a security candidate. So they will just shout out the documents and then keep it on the side saying that this is okay candidate. This I don't need. I'll keep it on this side, right? So that's one way. Another way is the person, whoever is scrutinizing that CV, if that person is the hiring manager who is belonging to that technology area or that expertise area, they will have more understanding. If they invest more time on that CV, they will actually understand how that candidate is. And that all depends on the availability and the capabilities of the scrutinizing person, the person who is scrutinizing the CV, or they are reviewing the CV. Now we are waiting. So if our luck is good, if the person who knows and he goes through the CV, then it's good news. Otherwise, you can assume, right? So now coming to the second mode of candidates or how the candidates are being selected. Reference is a very strong word in today's world, and it works in many a time because a person knows about the other person. They have probably worked in their past organizations. They have seen how they work, how's their behavior, organizational behavior, how's their technical expertise, how they have delivered, what are the situation probably they have faced and they have gone through those situations successfully overcome. So they have experience, in-person experience with the candidate, and they can say that yes, they can vouch for or they can recommend that candidate, saying that this candidate is good. I have worked with this guy. I have seen him taking accountability. He is damn good in Windows. Okay, so let's go ahead and hire him, or probably let's give him an opportunity to go to the interview and see how best he can he can perform, right? So reference is always an area which is taking a precedence in compared to the regular CVs that we have in the we generally have in our system, right? So now as a mm, job applying candidate, I might not be knowing people. It's not possible for one person to know everyone, right? I may not maybe applying for a company ABC or XYZ or MNO, different companies. I don't know who is reviewing my CV, who is going through my CV, or who is probably processing my CV. I don't know the people there, who is hiring, who is the hiring team manager. I don't know anyone, right? So if I do not know about that person, or if that person doesn't know about me, end of the day, we need to find out a better mode of communication where probably we can tell that this is what I am, this is what I can do, right? So as a human being, as I talked about the reference points, right? So reference, what? Human to human communication. So humans, we humans always like about talking, observing, watching, listening. Okay, so this is an impractical observation or impractical understanding about another person, and that's where the game changer is, right? So the game changer is that we have to convert our traditional CV, the document, into a format which will be understood by the other person. What is that format? Manual communication videos, right? You can see these videos can have textual contents, no problem, but as long as we are explaining ourselves. So the moment we convert this medium to video, audio and videos both, we explain ourselves, we communicate, we can communicate. The other person can see us how we are communicating, right? Communication is a very important point nowadays, very very important uh, attribute for a person. Whoever is a good communicator, they are always going to progress. It's a progress factor, right? You can communicate with another person, that means you can get a job done end of the day, right? So this is where the advantage point comes in. So if you can explain, if you can speak right, if you can your communication methods are good, if you can let the other person understand you, right? You can answer the basic questions about yourself, the expertise area where you have worked. Okay, you can probably take up some additional questions, some challenging questions, which is generally you might have experienced in your past interviews, like you know just an example, as a project management person. If somebody has been working as a project manager, and a person can ask him saying that you got a project in the last minute which has probably gone through 75% of the timeline. The work is not even done 25%. You only have another, say, 2 weeks of time to complete that project. How you are going to actually handle this? Because lots of escalations and lots of issues, lots of risk and issues. The things are not getting done. The team's availability is, those areas of concerns are coming in your plate, being just transitioned to you by somebody who has left that organization, right? How you're going to handle, how you're going to make that project a success. If the person has gone through all those experiences, end of the day he will be able to explain, saying that this is what I'm going to do, and I may not be completing this project in 2 weeks, but I will make sure that I provide a clear indication or clear presentation, saying that this is where the project is, this is what has to be done. These are the easiest way we can cross all of these hurdles. These are my action plans. This is the preferred timeline. I may not be able to complete in 2 weeks, but I would be able to complete in 4 weeks of time. I would need additional 2 weeks, and that's a guarantee you are going to provide, saying that I am providing you the guarantee. These are the areas I have observed this, and this is what I'm going to do. So the stakeholders will be very much confident, saying that yeah, the project has not completed in so many days. That's fine. Okay, 2 days is fine. We know that it is going to overdue, but this guy is giving me a confidence, saying that he's going to complete in 4 weeks. So that's That's the tactic. That is going to sell you to that recruiter. That is going to sell you to that hiring management team, or I would say hiring team, right? So this information that you can convey through a video along with the textual contents. You can put some diagrams, you can give some presentation, okay, and board presentations you can give. You can create good boards and then write it down over there and then explain about Scrum. So go ahead and explain about Scrum. So how the Scrum is actually getting implied or applied to actual work that is being done. What is the advantage? What is the Scrum process giving advantage to the end business? What actual business, what you can see out of it, right? So those you can explain, and the moment you are explaining this to the other party, they don't need any reference for you, because they know from your word that you are explaining, they know that you are able to, or you will be able to complete that work where you will probably get hired. So this confidence you don't have to actually depend on certain connections or certain references to sell you for a job. You create the medium to sell yourself. So okay, coming to tools, right? So how can we create this? You might be saying that, yeah, this is being done by professionals. Somebody who is probably running recruitment companies, they might be able to. Why? No, it's not required. If a person nowadays, everybody, like small children, my kid creates pretty good presentations, starting in class 6, right? So if a kid can do it, a professional can do it. All we need to just probably invest some time, maybe in a weekend, lock up in a room, get your TV on, just go through some websites, see how the things are, write down content, okay, create your draft, utilize your web cameras, which is there in the laptop or desktop, okay, utilize your PowerPoint, utilize your video recording features, utilize websites like Google Sites where you can present this, and create your own presentations, create your own unique way of presenting yourself as well as your skills to the recruiter. And I'm sure that will give much weight in compared to submitting a simple CV document to a website or to some recruiter. So I am creating within the next 1 or 2 days my sample site in Google site. It is going to be published. So I will be putting that link within my LinkedIn post, and all of you can go through it. And please, your feedbacks and inputs are always welcome, because two heads are always better than one, three heads are always better than two. So I'm sure that many of you will have better ideas to improvise the contents, and we will definitely have better way of explaining our capabilities and expertise to the hiring team or hiring companies. So please look forward to my content in LinkedIn. And I thought I will put this video as an introductory to the audience. Thank you very much once again for your valuable time this evening. And all of you, please take care, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye bye.